Hey guys, DarudeLeafStorm here, and I'm here with week 2 of the WTF. Now this week we are taking on River and the his I forgot the name. Rosmalen Roserades. And yeah, as you can see, I am bringing Salazzle, Mega Gyarados, Fortress, Gourgeist, Super, Zygarde 50, and Mew. Now, I've got to say, before we get into this, that this is actually going to be a recreation. And the reason it's a recreation is because, oops, that's nothing but back. The reason it's a recreation is because the first match, I accidentally, made my Zygarde, not Core Enforcer, Power Construct. So, that happened. So yeah, that was a thing. But yeah, so these first couple of turns will be recreation, and I'll go through what went on in my mind with you guys. As my lead was the Salazzle. So yeah, let's lead off with that. But yeah, I'm pretty nervous about this match, especially to the bit that happened right at the end, which is where the Power Construct Zygarde came in. But you'll see that in a minute. So, River's going to send a challenge over, and we're going to lead off with Salazzle. Now, he leads off with his Roserade. And my thought process behind this first turn was scout to see if he's a Scarf Roserade, because, you know, if he's a Scarf Roserade and has him Power Ground, my Salazzle's dead. So what I did here was go out into Mew, as he... as you can see, I withdraw first, and you see him withdraw. So he is guaranteed not Scarf Roserade, which is really good information to have first turn of this match. Now, as he went into the Donphan here, I went for the Taunt, as he went for the Stealth Rock. So yeah, that was really nice for us. And now this next turn, I go for a knockoff, as he, because I wanted to get rid of an item on this Donphan, because this Donphan was a decent threat to my Zygarde, stopping it from really putting in a good amount of work. So I go for the knockoff, as in comes the Masquerain, and we can see here that it is actually a Choice Scarf Masquerain. And on this turn, I believe I decide to just go out into Walnut, my Fortress, as he actually ends up going for the U-turn. So I now know that it's a U-turn Masquerain, so that's really nice knowledge to have. The fact that we know it's actually U-turn is really, really nice. So here, I believe he goes out into Ellie, the elephant, aka the Donphan, and he proceeds to set up his Stealth Rocks, and I was very happy with this because I actually went for a Toxic, and he stayed in, like I said, and went for the Stealth Rocks, and I got a Toxic off on this thing, and that was actually really huge for me, because wearing down this Donphan is really, really nice. So this next turn, I believe I just decide to go for a Rapid Spin, as he sends in the Roserade. So yeah, that happened. So that was fun. So in comes the Roserade. So here, what actually happens is, he goes for a Sleep Powder as I switch in my Zygarde, but he actually ends up missing the Sleep Powder. So to recreate that miss, he's going to switch out into his Gardevoir, and I'm going to switch out into my Zygarde like I did. And then what's going to happen is, he's going to switch out into the, what's it called? Into the Roserade to recreate that Sleep Powder miss. And then what's going to happen is, he's going to go for a Sleep Powder as I switch in my Gourgeist. So there goes the 1,000 arrows. There's a tremendous amount. And now what I'm going to do here is go out into my Gourgeist as he goes for a Sleep Powder. And obviously it's not going to affect Gourgeist since it is a Grass type. So yeah, that's good for us. As he just said, spamming sleep powder right now. Okay. So yeah, thanks River for recreating this. Yeah, thanks again River for recreating this with me, and not just being like, well, you deserve a forfeit. So yeah. So I'm gonna switch in my Zygote here as he hopefully lands a sleep powder. If not, he just can keep on spamming it. Yeah, so he obviously does miss a sleep powder. But what's gonna happen is I'm just going to go out into Blair as he goes for another sleep powder. He just said in before I go down to 0 PP. Imagine that. Okay, so what's gonna happen here? So yeah, he goes for sleep powder. That's fine. I actually didn't see his item. I completely just blanked that, but that's fine. So hopefully he misses another sleep powder. That would be great. So I go back out into Zygote to the core as he goes for another sleep powder. Hopefully connects it this time. Okay, so he does actually connect it. As this turn, I believe I go out. I think I just stay in, actually. I'm not too sure. Let me check. Okay, I actually got into Mew here as he goes for the spike. So I go out into Bloop, the Mew. And what's going to happen on this turn is he's going to go out into his Masquerain as I actually go for the Psychic. And yeah, Psychic is actually a 2-hit KO on the Masquerain from that range it was at. So I think he was just sacking this thing off, which is fine by me. Obviously, having this Masquerain around was a little annoying. Even though it didn't do much, I just need it gone. Because Intimidate's a tiny bit annoying. So yeah, obviously we 2-hit KO this thing. Since we are a fast Torn Mew, we are going to be able to outspeed this, go for a Psychic, and down goes Masquerain. So Masquerain's down, and we're up 6-5. Now, on this next turn, he goes out into the God of War. And what I'm actually going to do is go for the knockoff, scouting to see if he's Scarfed. And yeah, seeing what item he had if he wasn't, since it's not one of his Z-move users. And we see that he's actually Light Clay, as he sets up a light screen. So, that's pretty scary, not gonna lie. And now this next turn, I'm just hoping nothing bad happens, as I actually go for the taunt right here, as he actually pulls the really aggressive switch out into the Charizard, which is super scary. I don't like this thing in, but we are going to be able to get a taunt off on it, so we can stop it from Dragon Dancing if it is that sort of Charizard. So what he's going to do right here is go for the Dragon Claw, as I decide to go for the Psychic. Just getting damage off on this Charizard. If he has Roost, we can scout for that. So yeah, it would be nice just to get some damage on this Charizard, if anything. So I'm going to go for the Psychic. And yeah, it does a decent amount, but not a whole lot, as we do get a Spidaf drop. I'm not sure if that matters. But yeah, he's going to do a really nice amount with the Dragon Claw. We are going to get some leftovers back. And now, this next turn, I believe I just go for the softball, as he decides to go for the Flare Blitz, I believe. So I'm going to softball up. Now, I'm just hoping this Flare Blitz does not crit, because Flare Blitz did a tremendous amount, as you'll see in a sec, because this is a Mega Charizard X. You don't want to mess around with this thing. And it doesn't crit, so thank God. Now, this next turn, I believe I'm just going to softball as he roosts. Let me just double check these turns. Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. So I'm going to softball here as he goes for a roost. And the really nice thing about this Mew is that I can outspeed Adamant Charizard and taunt it to stop it from Dragon Dancing. So that's really, really nice for me, as he's going to go for a roost. And yeah, it's looking good for us so far. I mean, this Charizard is a huge threat to my team, but we're keeping it under lock and key with this Mew, so that's really nice. As here, he's going to pull a switch out into the Domfam. I went for a taunt here to stop it from Dragon Dancing / roosting. Yeah, the reason I didn't want to taunt when I softballed it there was because I kind of needed Mew alive. Mew was really good this match, and I really wanted to keep it around, even though I could have probably just taunted and then got a kill with Charizard. He can easily just sack off his Roserade, so it's really not, like, the biggest deal. So, right here, I go out into Gyarados, as he actually clicks the Earthquake, which is really nice for us, because we get our Gyarados in for free. So yeah, Gyarados comes in, we get the Intimidate drop off on the Donphan, and he goes for the Earthquake. Now here, I Mega Up, and I just fire off a Waterfall. I'm an Adamant Gyarados, so I'm doing a lot of damage to pretty much anything on his team. So yeah, excuse me. So I'm just going to Mega Up and go for the Waterfall, as he actually decides to switch in the God of War. And I actually didn't count this damage, which I probably should have, because I might have seen that. I haven't done the calc still, but if I calced this damage, I would have seen if he was a bulkier variant or not, and which I could have just gone for the next Waterfall and knocked it out depending. But I had a feeling he would have speed on this God of War, which, looking by that damage, I'm guessing it doesn't. So really, I kind of made a misplay here. But what I'm going to do is go out into Salazzle, and the reason I did this was I wanted to scout his moveset and see what he actually had on this thing. So I got into Sass, and I believe here he actually decides to just click Memento. And this had me very, very worried, because he has a Dragon Dance Charizard, and I'm here with a -2 special attack Salazzle. So I'm very worried at this point. But I do get my Black Sludge recovery. But yeah, I definitely am worried. But I have a plan to get rid of this Charizard here. So he's going to go out into it, and I'm going to sub up on his Dragon Dance. And I knew he would click Dragon Dance, hence why I clicked the substitute button. And what I wanted to do here was disable the Dragon Claw, because if I disabled Dragon Claw, I basically had a chance to beat this Charizard down when it was at +1. So I'm going to get Black Sludge recovery with my Salazzle, and here I'm going to click disable, knowing that the Charizard will outspeed me at +1 and go for the Dragon Claw. If he clicked Flare Blitz, that would have been pretty bad for me, but I just knew he wouldn't take that recoil, and he wouldn't expect a sub-disable Salazzle. So I get the disable off right here, and basically what I'm going to do is go out into Zygarde, hoping that I can take 2 Flare Blitzes. I know it's at +1, but I'm really hoping Zygarde is bulky enough to take 2 Flare Blitzes, and try and wake up. But I didn't have many chances to try and wake up in this game. So yeah, as you can see, he is going to fire off the Flare Blitz, and it is going to do a tremendous amount to my Zygarde. And that is a bit worrying. So this is where the Power Construct came in. So what I'm going to do here is just click Outrage. Unless he clicks Dragon Dance. If he clicks Dragon Dance, I'm a bit worried, as he is going to click that. However, for another, how many turns is he disabled for? 2 more turns. Okay. So I'm just going to click Outrage here, as he's just going to fire off the Flare Blitz. Because the thing is, if he clicked Roost for some reason, then I couldn't let him just, you know, do the thing. So he's opted to Flare Blitz for 1 more turn. Does a +2 Dragon Claw kill my Blair? No. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do here is, I think, go out into Bloop. Let me think what he has left. How good is Salazzle now? So he has no God of War. So he has Roserade, Scolipede, Donphan, and this thing. I'm going to go into Mew, I'm going to go on to Mew. Because Mew gives this thing the most Flare Blitz recoil. So I'm going to go on to Mew. And just click Psychic. As he does click Flare Blitz, that obviously is going to knock out my Mew. However, he's going to take a ton of recoil right here. Okay. So now I can go out into my Gourgeist, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait a couple of seconds before I make this decision. So I'm going to wait like 30 seconds just to make it seem like I have nothing to do. So let's see what he has left. Yeah, there's Mega Charizard, Roserades, Scolipede. Scolipede is the next big issue to deal with. But I do still have Fortress and the... Yeah, okay. Okay, let's leave it 10 more seconds just to make sure. Because I don't want him switching. So, 2, 1, boom. Okay, let's go on to Gourgeist. Dragon Claw should not be able to kill us here. And I'm going to click the Foul Play, because I don't think Shadow Sneak KOs. It doesn't, okay. So I'm going to go for the Foul Play. He is going to click Roost. I'm going to click Foul Play. Okay. We click the Shadow Sneak. Oh, this Charizard. I really want him to stay in. Okay, stays in, and Blair's going to pick up the kill on the Zard. Okay, Blair was literally made just to deal with a Charizard. Okay, so... Oh, I had Occo Berry as well. So if he was at +1, and he went for Flare Blitz, thinking he can just win at that point... I was able to just live the Flare Blitz, go for the Foul Play, and after the recoil, a Foul Play should knock him out, especially into Shadow Sneak. So we are going to knock out the Charizard. Now, what he has left is Roserade, which we know is not Scarfed, Scolipede, Domfan, and that's it. And, not gonna lie, Gourgeist kind of walls all of them now, which is super good. So in comes Roserade. Now, if it's an offensive Roserade, we actually should be able to knock this thing out. Wait, I need to get up this HP bar thing that my boy Aster gave to me. So let me get his Discord name up. I don't know if I saved it. Let me just save it in here. And let me put image. Live editing right now, guys. Okay, there's the HP bar. Make it. Oh, I really should have done this before this match, but that's okay. I can't do it properly at this point in time. That's really annoying, actually. Okay, that'll do for now. So he's at around 20 100%. So if he's offensive, we're going to kill him here. I'm going to get rid of this now, because, you know, that's annoying. As we are able to knock out the Roserade. Oh, Gorgeist, you legend. So Shadow Sneak knocks out the Roserade. And now in comes what? What comes in here? What comes in? What comes in? Ellie. Okay, so Dunfan's in. So what I'm gonna do, I guess I can just go out into Loch Ness and get myself a kill, but yeah, I actually am gonna do that because I really think he's just gonna go for a knockoff. As he actually just goes for Raw, which is fine by me. So in comes Blair again. So he has Stealth Rocks, probably Spin, Raw, and Earthquake. Okay, so I don't think he has Knockoff. That's really cool. Alright. Okay, so we do have to Mega Turn 1. I asked that question ages ago, but now he's just answered, which is fine. I'm just going to go for a Synthesis. Get back up to full HP, just for that Scolipede. I don't want to lose to it, you know, just think it's like an SD variant. I don't want it beating me, as he probably just going to go for Raw, which he is. Hopefully he gets in my Mega Gyarados, please. That's Walnut, okay. Thing is, I don't really want Walnut taking too much damage. Okay, so what I am going to do is actually switching Gyarados here, as he swaps in Scolipede. Okay. What I can't do, though, is let him get up a Sword Stance. So I think I actually just have to stay in here and crunch. As he does go for the Sword Stance. We're going to fire off the Crunch. That is a tremendous amount. Now does Gorgeist's Shadow Sneak knock him out? Scolipede. Does around 18 to 22. Okay, so not quite, it looks like. I'm going to go for another Crunch. He's going to go for an Earthquake. That's not going to knock me out. That does not knock me out. Because the thing is, if he was Z-move, he had to save it for the Fortress. So we are going to knock out the Scolipede. And Gyarados should be able to just knock out the Donphan here, maybe. It might not kill. I'm not too sure. Oh yeah. Unless... I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm underestimating Gyarados, but I think... I mean, I should have just gone for Rest. I don't know why I didn't. Oh well, we're going to go for a Waterfall. If it KOs, it KOs. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We actually flinch him, which is unfortunate for him. But really what I should have done there is just click Rest. So I kind of sacked myself a differential point. But looks like we are going to pick up the win versus River. 4-0. And that puts us at 2-0. Plus 11, not 11, 9 differential, which is really, really good. I'm really happy with that. So GG River, thank you again for replaying after the Construct Zygarde situation. So yeah. Well then, we are going to pick up the win. So again, GG's to River. I'm sorry about the whole Zygarde thing. But yeah, guys, thank you all for watching. This has been DarudeLeafStorm, and I'll see you all later. Bye, guys.